Hello everyone, the 11th episode of Face to Face Chat. In the past few months, I've collected a bunch of various drone videos. Not the kind of DJI aerial camera, but some more civilian ones. Let's take a look together.
它呢时速是在110米每秒，全机身采用的是玻纤纤维，尾部用的是涡喷发动机，机身呢可以载一些东西，纯民用的哈。如果觉得这一款不够劲的话，来咱们看看这一款。这款呢可以搭载50公斤，续航1000公里没有问题的。它呢也能放一些东西，你懂的，纯民用的，可车载起飞，火箭助推，纯民用的哈。
Just ask if it's civilian. It's civilian, right? Are they all equipped with jet engines now? Isn't it a miniature of a jet fighter? Unmanned version. My impression of these things is still stuck in the small motorcycle with a motorcycle engine. Indeed, many manufacturers are selling these. And in some hot and non-hot areas, flying things in the sky. Not very similar, but they are exactly the same. I checked it out. The players who use these small toys, some say it's imported and assembled, some say it's technology introduction, some say it's self-developed. The TB series of TG cells. Well, but in 2020, Canada sanctioned it. It was choked. It bought Canadian optoelectronics, and other modules are basically from the UK and the US. Anyway, for a while, I once thought that this thing was imported from abroad, civilian parts from us, such as engines, optical towers, flight control software and hardware, etc. Assembled a shell and assembled it, and then put some gold on their faces, saying that they were developed. On the one hand, there are cheap and high-quality things, and on the other hand, it can boost national pride. And pride, but in essence, they have benefited from our excess capacity. Now it seems that this view needs to be revised. Some of them really have nothing to do with us. They are modules introduced from many Western and spread out. Compared with ours, not good quality and cheap, but they are not bad. At least, it's independently designed. Assembled. Another one is not so good. They get some civilian parts from us, assemble, and skin it. This is actually overestimated because many of the assembly links are in Yangtze River Delta, done by the ants in the Township Enterprises in Pearl River Delta. Several players claim to be self-developed. They are just pure transporters and liars. They don't even have assembly and skinning, only unboxing and unfolding. They can only replace the civilian with something that can glow and heat. On the contrary, we have various air motorcycles of different grades, but also dedicated countermeasures. Of course, they are all civilian. The Interception is not the land-based shield of the Army. 3,000 new integrated gun cannon systems, which are serious and expensive, but use drones to deal with them. UAVs in our large manned fighter jets. There is a type called Interceptor. There are also intercept drones. I saw a rocket-shaped, single-shot, gun-type drone. I was shocked the first time I saw this scene. I repeatedly confirmed if it was it's really true. Damn it, it's real. It can do this. This interceptor drone, like a single soldier handheld low-altitude missile, it's a single shot, and the swarm drones swarm over, even if hundreds of small air motorcycles come over. I have cheaper and more intercept drones. The swarm is like a surface-to-air missile. 1 for 1 if 2 against 1, or 3 against 1. Will the other side have any left? Traditional phalanx programmed ammunition, micro-air dees, and other serious and expensive things can be used against high-value targets. Airborne motors, low-speed, and low-cost targets use arcade drones, cheap, large, and useful. I recently came across one. Has been upgraded to use missile guidance heads. How can you call them low-end toys?
1, 2, 3, 4.
After talking about the familiar air scooter with both offense and defense, let's look at the various tubes launched. Spring A knife drones. It reminds me of the guerrilla weapon, the 107 rocket, now replaced by launching spring knife drones. Just imagine a pickup truck with several tubes, and launch anytime, and have longer air time, fly farther and smarter. These tubes, besides being combined like a rocket launcher, can also be fired individually. It can be carried by one person, without carrying the vehicle or dragging tools. Infantry can carry it on their back, flying out when needed. The next Ukraine-Russia war has shown us too much. Quadruped quadcopter drones chasing infantry on the ground. I have brushed a two-legged one. You can see it can do a Kinwang Graoju. Of course, It can also force it to when we see those four-legged drones, usually in the open plains outside, seeing people and vehicles below. It can lower its altitude and turn around. But this two-legged one can walk around a pillar in urban ruins, can fly around trees in mountain forests. At that time, if it's a large open plain like Russia and Ukraine, they use multi-rotor drones. We have more advanced ones. If it's not on an open terrain with a high view, in mountains with forests and obstacles, or in urban ruins with obstacles, this kind of two-legged flying indoors, it will be useful. In mountain forests they can fly around trees, and urban warfare can bypass ruins. Indoors it can force Qinhuang to run. As a layman, the stupid way I can think of is to hang a fishing net, but it seems easy to solve the opposite way. Set the bomb to explode when caught by the net. The first one blows a hole. There is a data link between drones, and dozens or hundreds later, just drill through the hole in the web. You can advance in this pioneering way all the way. You work hard enough to hang 100 layers of nets, and nail 100 layers of wooden boards. As obstacles, 300 drones will detonate in turn, and go in layer by layer. I'm just thinking, the defenders seem to rely on wide area signal jamming. Then back to the attacker, not to mention dragging fiber. The swarms and the ruins are easy to tangle with each other, without relying on remote control, and act independently, without signals or optical fibers. How can we do this? Thinking about it, perhaps we need to go back to what we just saw. Intercepting drone swarms, intercept the opponent's drone swarm. If your AI swarm attacks, I will also use AI swarm to intercept automatically. The domestic drone is booming. There are models and unmodeled ones, too many to count. Let's mention two more eye-catching ones. This domestic drone version is a grenade launcher type, which looks really civilian. Various lifting videos. Of course, if this size is used on the battlefield to hit things, it would be a cloudburst bomb with a mushroom cloud. The manufacturer uses AI digital humans to promote it. I now feel more and more. The drone plus AI is inevitable. Let's take a look at this one used in water, called the Killer Whale Ocean Robot. It can work at 0 to 10,000 meters. Yes, it can go as deep as the Mariana Trench, because it resists currents. It's not a conceptual machine, but has completed a large number of underwater maintenance. It can remove barnacles and other things. It can be used for ships of 1 to 30 tons. It can dive under piers, dams, and all terrains. It can be remotely, and it has been trained with AI, aiming for autonomous action. Seeing that state-owned and foreign capital, it's not the small factory that produces small models. It has become a well-known factory. If barnacles grow in the diving area, why do you need to work at a depth of 0 to 10,000 meters? It seems to have a big plan, and there is more space. Combined with this issue's civilian content, maybe it can go to the deep sea in the future to produce barnacles for submarines and unmanned vehicles. That's all for this issue. Let's continue next time.